Yes, dear respected friends, one more day, one more attempt to add to our understanding and maturity, not only to live outside beautiful, successful life, but inside a fruitful life. Give chance to Krishna, Vyasa, and Geeta Mata to empower with the right thinking and right understanding for the entire life. Sometimes some topics may be little heavy for you. Never mind. When we go through that only, our mind intellect becomes chastened, chiseled, and then they are empowered and made stronger. Nowadays, we are talking those topics only as given in sequence of Bhagavad Gita. And nothing wrong. Why should we underestimate ourselves? We deserve to know this knowledge. That is why Lord is giving us. We need to know that knowledge. That's why Lord is giving us. Let us take it and make use of it. Let life be simultaneously right from beginning. Have both the tracks of outer worldly success as well as adding to spirituality. Okay, this adding spirituality right from beginning protects you from totally getting lost in the world, so that we are doing all the non-positive things and get into more and more soup or the miseries. Always the good things or spiritualities protects us from, like a chain to a dog. It is allowed so that it doesn't go to all nonsense places. Is it not? So too, what can be a chain for us not to continuously go and graze in the nonsense of the world? The only chain is the spirituality. That is why हिंदी में spirituality है तो chain है, नहीं तो बेचैन. इच्छा आपका, मर्जी आपकी. Good, welcome. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Let us, as every day, do three things. First is Bhaja Govindam Shloka learning, continuation of Bhagavan Adi Shankara's blow of mace, Gada Prahar, on our mind intellect to remove the wrong notions or delusions while living life, spiritual or otherwise. We'll have a common sense thought today. Then Gita, continuation of 14th shloka, 7th chapter. As I told you, will take 2 or 3 days. Yesterday we began, today we will add a lot of things. Tomorrow we conclude and summarize. Okay. Now let us make a beginning with our everyday prayer. Om. 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 ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत् स्मरणात् भवेत्. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. All these shlokas we taught you in our earlier classes. Now let us come to, after our Parayanams daily, with a tuned, beautiful, Shraddha Yukta mind to learn the shloka from Bhaja Govindam. So yesterday we saw how the Jatilo Mundi Lunchita Keshaha Kasayambara Bahukruta Veshaha Pashanna Bichana Pashyati Mudaha Udara Nimittam Bahukruta Vesha. That was day before yesterday. Yesterday we saw that old man with a third leg called a stick, with the teeth gone, hair gone, whole body wrinkled, etc. Yet he has got in his mind Asha only for the outer bhoga, not for Bhaja Govindam. And that picture is given by Bhagavan Adi Shankara. to tell all his disciples through them to all of us who are young that if you don't balance, limit your outer desires, you will become old with all your dilapidatedness, yet you won't come out of it. Not only that, you will never find time, interest, inclination for Bhaja Govindam, which gives the darshan of Bhagavan, which fulfills all desires, which eliminates all desires. So angam garitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vruddha yati gruhitva dandam tadavi namunchati asha pendam. Okay, each shloka is a hitting by the hunter to those who are doing everything but not Bhaja Govindam. All these are continuation of what is said in the first shloka. Anything other than Bhaja Govindam is dukrum karane, and that is not going to save you. Okay. Today also same type of shloka, same type of meaning to shloka. There are some people to get this or the otherworldly sukha and not Bhagwan. They do various tapasyas. Sample के लिए एक तपस्या यहाँ कह रहे. That's called as पंचाग्नि तपस्या. In that Panchagni Tapasya, four sides the Agni is kept, and that is in the afternoon at the hot summer day, where the on the head the sunlight also is hitting him with so much of the heat. And that's called Panchagni Tapasya. And in that Tapasya, doing some mantra japa, some chanting of shloka, some upasana, as he was taught by his guru, or he has seen or learned from someone. And all that he is doing for what? He will get better outer sukha and bhoga. अब देखो this tapasya, is it endless? No, it is temporary. Then the result coming with it, will it be endless? No, that also temporary. Then that is over, then you are back to square one. ठीक है नहीं, 20 रुपए दिया, एक आइसक्रीम दिया, खत्म हो गया आइसक्रीम. मनी इज 20 ओनली, आइसक्रीम इज 1 ओनली. एंड हो जाएगा ना. So, in this way, people do various of tapasyas. This is one. Second one is what? They give up all attachments in this world. For the other worlds, something gain, they do tapasya. And they are what? Taking sannyasa and following even that rule. He karatala vikshaha, viksha in the hand, a tree sitting under the tree. Bhagavan, what he says is, all of these are not your spiritual sadhanas or tapasyas. The higher spiritual sadhana is, have you stopped your desire and sought your inner Paramatma? Second, if you discover the self inside, the bliss is infinite, that you will not have any desire, you don't need to any tapasya, you are relaxed. So that is what the beautiful three examples given for the misunderstanding a person on the name of sadhana is only doing those things which will not give him the permanent result. Let us chant this shloka. It is Agre Vahnihi Prushthe Bhanuho Ratro Chubuka Samarpita Januho Karatala Vikshaha Tarutala Vasaha Tadapina Munchati Asha Pashaha. They go only through contemplation and inquiry, knowing that all troubles are coming because of asha and desire, that we drop them. So too, all desires are for the ananda or bliss that is infinitely found when I discover my own self. Therefore, let me pursue that spirituality. In this way, we come out of doing wrong things and troubles and entering into bliss. There is no other way. In the no other way, even these so-called tapasyas are also included. Four examples are given. One, agre vahnihi prushte bhanuho. This is called panchagni tapasya. Agre means age vahni. Prushte bhanu means piche Surya Bhagavan. Only two he has given here, but in other cases, Agni left, Agni right, Agni front, Agni back, and up above also Surya Agni. Why are you doing this? To please that Lord whomever I am worshipping, so that he will give me this or that thing of this world, or maybe the other greater world. There are some people doing this tapasya, but their asha will not end. With this tapasya, when they get that thing, because tapasya is permanent, temporary, that is over. Again, they have to sit like this, or some other desire for that something else they do. that they get, but that also is over. Again, they have. No, these are all told not to talk about somebody who is doing. It is about us only. Finally, we have to understand through Vajagovindam only we get permanent and we get rid of all problem creating desire oriented life. Second one is रात्रौ चूक समर्पित जानु. रात में दी जानुओं को the घुटनों को चुबुक in this portion ऐसे रख के तपस्या करना. Where in the coldest of the winters. The earlier was in the hottest of the summers. Where doing tapasya of torturing the body. Here also again torturing the body on the name of tapasya in the coldest of winters where none of the warm clothes are worn, standing outside on the in the open and in that coldness, putting the feet or the gutna to the chin and then doing whatever japa, whatever tapasya. Why are you doing this? So that the Lord is pleased, He will give me this or that. But this tapasya also not permanent. Therefore, the result also is not permanent. That will be over. Once it's over, back to square one. Like 1 lakh rupees you took, went for Malaysia tour. Everything you see, 1 lakh is over, back to your own gully, in your own Mumbapuri or any of the villages or slums. Again, you have to struggle to get it. When there's something permanent is there, you should go for it. That is the meaning of whole Bhajagovindam. दो तपस्याएं बताए. अग्रे वह्नि पृष्ठे बानो हो. Second is रात्रौ चुबुक समर्पित जान हो. Third one karatala viksha. Another fellow, no positions, no this world desire of this or that sukha. I only am a sannyasi. In the hand only I take viksha. Karatala viksha, not even भिक्षा पात्र. हाथ जितना छोटा बड़ा हो उसमें जितना मिलेगा वो भी फर्स्ट हाउस, सेकंड हाउस, थर्ड, फोर्थ, सिक्स, सेवंथ. In any one of the house, when I get, I don't go to the next house. After 7 houses, if I don't get anywhere, I don't go for viksha. That day I am fasting. This is how Madhukari Vritti is called for sannyasis. Madhukari Vritti. Then second one is what? Karatala Viksha. Where do you stay? 5-star house with AC cooler, with mosquito coils and all? No. Tarutala Vasa. Staying under the tree. But he questions here, Bhagavan Shankara, on the name of tapasya, are you under a tree? On the name of tapasya, are you taking only bhiksha in the hand? On the name of tapasya, are you suffering in the cold? On the name of tapasya, are suffering the heat? Those things we don't ask. Our question is, have you given up your desires in the mind? This is highest tapasya. Then how do you do? By translating your desire from the worldly desire to the Paramatma. That is called Bhaja Govinda. In that Bhaja Govindam, in the devotion marga, through various upasanas, surrender to God. In the knowledge or jnana marga, through contemplation, meditation, you discover the God who is all pervading. So therefore here also, tadapi namunchati asha pasha. आशा रूपी पाश को नहीं छोड़ रहे लोग. So therefore, it is not that tapasya means doing something to get something. Tapasya is getting over the desire to get something. And when the desires are over, you are maximum happy. Over means given up or transcended. Best example is Nidra. Even you have a desire to sleep, still you are miserable. Even that desire also dropped. You enter into sleep. There is no desire but absolute bliss. And thus, everyone wants to enter into that sleep. Sometime when that sleep overpowers, your strongest desire of watching IPL or any other nonsense also, you give up and enter. In sleep, there is no desire, only Ananda. Imagine you are consciously in that state of desirelessness, how blissful we are. That is achieved through meditation by knowing the truth ourself from the Guru systematically. You may all not know it now. When you grow to the age of 50, 60, go to the Guru, listen from him, that Upanishad Tattva, then you understand. We are doing it every day in our morning classes in English. कभी browse करना है तो करो. So, Agrevahnihi Prushte Bhanuhu one Tavasya. Ratrau Chubaka Samarpita Janu second Tavasya. Karatala Vikshaha third Tavasya. Tarutala Vakshaha fourth. Like this, so many you are doing. But yeah, are you giving up the Asha Pasha? Tadapina Munchati Asha Pasha. that have you given up the asha pasha, the rope of desire which is binding you to this world and not allowing you to do your bhaja govindam, in which alone there is a fulfillment. In bhaja govindam, what happens? As I explained to you everything of bhaja govindam, I told you three: with the body, mind, and speech. The fourth bhaja govindam is with intellect, knowing the Lord through contemplation. Okay, in that what happens? We discover ourselves to be the infinite self. Only a limited person wanting to become finite as infinite has a desire. So, in the desire of knowing the self, all desires are fulfilled. That is why it's the noblest desire. Therefore, for the sake of that, you try not all these small little namasyas which fetch you this or that sukha, this or that bhoga in this or that world. So these are all very beautiful higher truths. Only a person blessed by gurus, by God, will be able to learn. That too at a very younger age. This doesn't mean straight away you give up everything and go for that sadhana and sannyasa. Later on, keep in background. Keep as a higher life. Right now, fulfill your duties. Fulfill your obligations. Stand on your feet through Naukri. Go through all your desires, etc. Whatever in your own various grahastha ashrama, etc., in a noble manner and cleans up all your inner impurity. When that's over, now come to this beautiful sadhana of Bhaja Govindam. So he is only picturizing to these disciples, or the from the 15th shloka, the disciples know. From the 14th shloka only, sorry, 12th तक भगवान आदि शंकरा, no, 14th भगवान आदि शंकरा, हम कौन सा कर रहे हैं आज? 16. So from the 15th onwards, his disciples started saying, भगवान was nodding. So the disciple also was showing to the other group, देखो कोई वहाँ आगे अग्नि लगाकर तपस्या कर रहे, शाम को देखो इस चुबक समर्पित जानू, see that person in that empty hand bhojanam, that bhiksha, see he is under tree. But the question is, have they given up their all desires in the pursuit of the desire of Bhaja Govindam? It's a lesson for us. So you go through your normal routine now, slowly, don't add the new nonsense. Minimum fulfilling duties and getting your life's comforts, go through. And that to purify heart. Up to age of 50, 55, live your normal life properly. Go through all that, your marriage, wife, husband, children, then you will know everything. With that, these knowledge, when you add, you will healthily get this vairagyam, then you can go for spiritual. All these are taught to you to start at right time. Right now, though I am teaching it in the process, the chantings, not to disturb your mind from involving in your personal goal achievement, serving the nation, serving society, serving parents. Go through all of that. Then only come here. Clear? Let us chant the mantra. Om Mata Shri Adi Shankaracharya Govinda Paramatmanah Krupaya Paramatmanuvam Praptyartam Samasta Yuvanam Samasta Lakshesha Siddhi Praptyartam Sanatana Dharma Vaidika Samskrutehe Aindava Samskrutehe Nirvignena निश्शत्रु रूपेण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वव्याप्त प्रचारार्थम श्री आदिशंकर कृत भजगोविंद स्तोत्रांतर्गत श्लोकस्य मंत्रस्य जप रूपेण पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. So 11 times. Om अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षः तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः. अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षः तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः. अग्रे वह्नि पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षस्तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चत्याशापाशः. अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षस्तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षस्तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षस्तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षस्तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षस्तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षः तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षस्तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षः तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते सम्प्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहि रक्षति डोक्रुङ्करणे नहि रक्षति डोक्रुङ्करणे. Friends, only 5% I am explaining to you of all these shlokas. This can be explained with the connection with earlier shlokas. This can be explained with the examples of thousands of people in the world, with our own examples. Then this can be explained. Therefore, what should not be the goal, what should be the goal. So it's a very research type of thesis type of shlokas they are all. That many details I am telling, not telling you, but precisely informing. This is how we have great masters who have greatly guided for the great, grand, glorious goals by showing to us how we have to understand what we are going through in living, and knowing its shortcomings, how we have to take up the higher paths. In this particular shloka, it is not tapasya outside which is important. The real tapasya inner one is, have you given up your asha pasha for anything and everything in the world and seeking only the Lord? And when your Lord is found by you, discovered by you, enjoyed by, experienced by you, then your expression would be, you love and serve the world. For you, there is nothing to be achieved. So this is how these shlokas saramsha. Okay. Now let us go to our everyday's common sense thought. Today also we will see that Narayana in that mind's mischief. Very, very beautiful thoughts every day we are doing that. Mhm. Mm. What mind does is, out of its many, many mischiefs, one mischief is in the present, even though there is a wisdom, not to do the wrong, and the wisdom to know what is right. Yet, what mind makes us, how the mind makes us do the wrong is by this type of sentence. What is that? He, let us do it right now. Whatever will happen in the future, let us face. Understood? In Hindi, it is called as what? कोई बात नहीं है, जब होगा तब देखेंगे, जो का देखा जाएगा बात की बात. फिलहाल तो चलो हम ये कर ही लेते हैं. This is a mischief of the mind. You know that example I gave you, that diabetic patients, अब बाद में देखेंगे, we'll take insulin, we test it. If it is more, we'll have double tablet. But फिलहाल तो फ्री में आइसक्रीम या मैंगो या स्वीट्स मिल रहे हैं शादी में, चलो खा लेते हैं. For you also, youngsters, let the exams come, let us see that time. First of all, let me enjoy now my cell phone, my internet, my all entertainments and all nonsense. This is the mischief of the mind. He says, कोई बात नहीं, मैं देखूंगा बाद में. हम देख लेंगे उसे, जब होगा तो देख लेते हैं. But present में, we will do what nonsense the mind says, not the good one. This is the mischief of the mind. In that way, what it does, goes on, make us do the wrong things, not the right things. After some time, it becomes a habit. Once it becomes habit, it becomes a right. Once it becomes a right, you never take it as wrong. Right has both meanings. मेरा हक है और what I do is right. Once I start doing the wrong thing as my right and the right thing, not even God can change me. But remember, everything what I do, it has its consequence. Like I gave you example, the heat and sugar, though you took medicine, but the medicine and sugar, both of them, have affected the body's vital organs in whatever the way they had to because of our wrongdoing. So too, instead of studying today, कोई बात नहीं एग्जाम आएंगे तब पढ़ेगा एग्जाम आएगा तो पढ़ेंगे with that thought when we have involved today mind has gathered new impressions then your time is wasted energy is lost accordingly whether you know it or not the pressure of the study or the work piles up. Instead of that, if you decide, no, 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 why should I do that wrong thing? Let me do my study now. The pressure creation will not happen. Tension will not happen. Relaxation will come. Feel joy of fulfillment will come that I have done what I have to do. In life, the highest joy is doing what we have to do, not what we want to do. And avoiding what we want to do, knowing that it is wrong. That's the greatest achievement. That's called actually tapasya, as we just now studied in a Bhaja Govindam also. So the common sense thought minds mischief कि कोई बात नहीं जब होगा जो होगा तब देखा जाएगा अब तो कुछ जो करना है मन में वो कर लो. Let's see when it happens tomorrow. Let's not worry now. So in this way, in the present, even though we have wisdom of that not to do as well as wisdom of what right to do, yet we do. It can be a word, it can be a thought, it can be an action, whatever it may be. So, what is the opposite of this thing, right thinking? Once you know what is to be achieved, once you know how to achieve that, once you know what is good for it, we should not compromise with it. Never ever bring that word, कोई बात नहीं बाद में देखा जाएगा फिलहाल ही हम सही सीधा रहेंगे. In the present, who lives life of wisdom alone will have the future glorious. The one who thinks that in future I will change, but in the present I will do the nonsense, he will never change in his life. So this is how the common sense thought of mind's mischief of चलो let us do it now बाद में हो जाएगा जो तब देखेंगे. It is wrong. क्या भाइयों के देखने का अंदर कर देंगे पुलिस वाले विदाउट लाइसेंस यू गो जब पुलिस वाला आएगा तो देखेंगे आप भी गया पकड़ भी लिया अंदर भी करा अब क्या देखोगे बेइज्जती भी हो गई है ना. कोई बात नहीं थोड़ा स्मोकिंग कर लेंगे ड्रिंक्स कर लेंगे क्या वो देखोगे लिवर किडनी सब सत्यानाश हो गए योर हॉस्पिटलाइज योर पेरेंट्स सारा सोना कर लाखों रुपए करके तुम्हारा इलाज करा रहे बेवकूफ है ना. सो टू द थॉट्स ऑफ इमोशन थॉट्स ऑफ अटैचमेंट कोई बात नहीं जो होगा देखेंगे क्या जो होगा slowly steadily that thought of attachment grows so strong that you if you find yourself in soup or in a slavery that you think that you can't live now without that object or person. अब हो गया का जिंदगी का सत्यानाश अब क्या देखोगे लास्ट पढ़ाई नहीं की एग्जाम नहीं की लिखा तबीयत को खराब कर ली बिकॉज ऑफ सम स्टूपिड अटैचमेंट विथ सम स्टूपिड बॉय और गर्ल बेवकूफ ऐसे जिंदगी बेवकूफ है. You marry, then enjoy life of love thereafter. Right now, before, you must focus only on your higher and higher goals. The one who takes that type of thing as a goal is a बेवकूफ number one. मूड में थे. We are not telling सब छोड़कर भज गोविंदम करो. We are telling a common sense use करके scale great heights in your career, in your life, in your responsibilities, in your duties, in your services. All that chopper if you are lost in that one nonsense. How do we do that? कोई बात नहीं बाद में देखेंगे जो होगा तब देखेंगे. That attitude every moment mind goes on saying और भी चार चपाती खाओ बट ज्यादा होएगा कोई बात नहीं जब होगा तब देखेंगे. और भी 1 घंटा खेलो अरे यार इससे थक जाओगे टाइम वेस्ट हो जाएगा कोई बात नहीं फिर देखेंगे. ऐसे करते करते जिंदगी खत्म हो गया एंड टुवर्ड द एंड आल्सो इज कोई बात नहीं अगले जन्म आएगा तब देखेंगे. दैट इज डुकरू करने स्टूपिड फेलो. दिस इज व्हाट आवर कॉमन सेंस थॉट. ठीक है. नाउ कम टू भगवत गीता सेम 7th chapter 14th shloka. There Bhagwan is telling my maya of this triguna is impossible to cross by any one of you by your effort. There is only one way you have to surrender to me. Only through my grace you can cross. In this simple looking explanation, every word what I have uttered has to be thoroughly explained. That is why we'll chant the shloka again. We try to see the meaning in detail, word by word. It will be very interesting, very useful, and once for all learning for you all throughout the life. सीखना है तो अभी सीखो, नहीं को तो कभी नहीं सीखोगे, है कि नहीं? सीखना है. Let us start. Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Geeta Sharanam Mama, Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, Atha Saptamodhyayah, Jnana Vijnana Yoga, Shri Bhagavan अथ चतुर्दशः श्लोकः. Yesterday we made it, the repetition chanting. Today we'll straight away chant 4 times. And this shloka you must by heart. In fact, पूरा गीता करो, 700 श्लोक डेली 2 लगाओ, 1 साल में पूरा आ जाएगा आपको. Not at all impossible or difficult. Okay, Sri Bhagavan 4 times we chant. Daivi Hyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. Daivi Hyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. दैवी ह्येषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामे वये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते. दैवी ह्येषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामे वये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते. This is the shloka. Okay. Now, first literal meaning of every word so that the total shloka's meaning I will convey. Listen 3-4 times, you will listen, understand. Thereafter, in this shloka, how the problem is diagnosed and told with the help of earlier 3-4 shlokas. What is the solution told? This is how our inquiry will be, our thesis, our study. थोड़ा आज 10 मिनट, कल बाकी. ज़्यादा नहीं बोलता हूँ, धीरे धीरे. So the whole shloka meaning is Esha, this Mama Esha Maya, this Maya, it is told about this Maya 3 things. Esha Maya means this Maya. About this Maya, 3 things we have to know. One is Daivi, second is Gunamayi, third is Mama. Like when you introduce your friend to someone, let's say your father, you introduce. Papa, see that the sub-inspector is there, his son he is. And he's very intelligent and he plays chess and really gets good cups and all, and he's really good in studies also. You talk about that fellow, he's my good friend, he helps me, ऐसे कुछ उनके बारे में बात करते. So to this Maya is Daivi, this Maya is Gunamayi, this Maya is belonging to the God. God only telling. कृष्ण भगवान ही ये गीता हमको सुना रहे ना थ्रू अर्जुना. So he talks to us, he is telling, hey my dear Arjuna, this Maya is mine. And this Maya is called divine. It has got 3 gunas in it. Why each of them I am going to explain. First the whole meaning of shloka, again come to one by one. And this my Maya, which is Gunamayi, Trigunatmika, and which is Daivi, not devilish, divine, Duratyaya, you cannot easily cross it. What is the meaning of not crossing Maya? Why to cross Maya? We will talk now, little later. But Duratyaya, you cannot easily cross it. But then how to do it? You can't easily cross means by your own jugglery, by your own efforts you can't. But who will cross? How to cross? The second line is important. Mam eva ye prapadyante. Mam means to me. Eva means exclusively. Ye, whoever are they? Prapadyante, surrender. So whoever exclusively surrender to me, they alone mayam etam. Etam mayam is maya ko te. These people taranti. They will cross. So ye mameva prapadyante te etam mayam taranti. Whoever surrender to me, they alone cross. Otherwise, it is Duratya. And what it is? Maya. What are its three things to be known? Mama, Gunamayi and Daivi. सो गुणमयी दैवी मेरी माया कार अपने आप पार करना असंभव है, मुश्किल है, लेकिन वो मेरे को जो सरेंडर करते हैं वो लोग इसको पार कर सकते हैं. Literal meaning of shloka. No, one by one thing we have to understand. Okay. First, what is Maya? Maya means, actually technical meaning is Yama Sa Maya. That means what? When you search out it, it will not be found. But when you don't search it, not only it is there, but it also shows its own influence. That's called Maya. Then on this, hundreds of books are written in our Shastras. You have to go on studying them, inquiring them, so many. Technically, it is said to be having three expressions. One, it hides the truth. Second, it projects the untruth. Third, it makes that projected untruth appear like the truth. That is called Maya technically. It's called Avarana Shakti, Vikshepa Shakti, then Aropana Shakti. That example of rope and snake. So the rope is not seen. That's called Avarana. In the place of rope, the snake is seen. That's called Vikshepa. Then the seen snake is taken as real, called as Aropana. So avarana, vikshepa, aropana. This is called Maya. So I don't know to talk all those higher Vedanta to you. बस माया इस क्या है ना, जिसको ढूंढने पे नहीं होता, नहीं ढूंढने पे वो सारा हंगामा करता. That is called Maya. Okay, this much you understand. Then how to understand it for our easy expression? That is what said Bhagwan here. It is Gunamayi. It has got three gunas in it. This we have already seen in the earlier two shlokas. ये चैव सात्विका भावाः राजसाः तामसाश्च ये मत्त एव इति तान् विद्धि मत्त एवेति तान् विद्धि न तु अहं तेषु ते मयि. So these three gunas put together is called Maya Shakti. So the Sattvika guna is of knowing, knowledge. Rajasika guna is doing, action. Tamasika guna is enjoying and sleeping. These three are the three gunas which are expression of Maya. Okay, what is the binding effect of Maya? Is this Maya with these three gunas of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas keeps on pushing us to do something, to know something, to enjoy something. What is something? Everything or anything of this world. What is the effect of this is what? The real truth which is beyond all this world called as God, it doesn't allow us to know that God. That's how none of us are trying to know what is God behind this entire world and what are we doing throughout the life then. Instead of knowing the God, we are knowing something else other than God. We are doing something to get something, and having gained that, we are indulging in it and sleeping. This is called we are caught up in Maya. माया में फंसना मतलब तीन गुणों में फंसना. तीन गुणों में फंसना मतलब फंसना इन नोइंग समथिंग सत्व गुण, फंसना इन डूइंग समथिंग रजो गुण, फंसना इन एंजॉयिंग एंड स्लीपिंग तमो गुण. Why do you call it fasana? Because these never end. Any number of things you know of the world, still you remain an ignorant person because something else you don't know. Like you know physics, but you don't know chemistry. You know chemistry, but you don't know maths. You know maths, but you don't know astrology. You don't know astronomy. Isn't it? You became doctor, but you are not a lawyer. You are not an engineer. You understand? Every knowledge of the world, only a particular knowledge, it says that you are ignorant of other things. Therefore, this knowledge will not solve all your problems. So I may be a doctor, all medical problems I solve, but I am not a lawyer. So legal problem I am dependent on somebody else only. That's the meaning of Sattva Guna with which we gain the knowledge, but that knowledge is about a particular thing. Only that problem it solves, not other problems or all problems. Whereas the knowledge of the self, when it is known, it tells us that I am everything, there is nothing other than me, there were nothing to know, nothing to do, nothing to gain. That is how it's called moksha. So do the doings. And when I do something, only something I do, not the other thing. Is it not? And this doing gives only this result, not the other result. And every doing has a limited result that goes away. Rajoguna I am talking. Like I do yoga, but I don't do aerobics. I do aerobics, but I don't do Bharatanatyam. I do Bharatanatyam, but I don't do other thing. Doing maybe limitations होते हैं. Everything we can't do. I do bungee jumping, but I don't know how to do that rock climbing and all. I do rock climbing, I do, but I don't do the rafting because very dangerous it is for me. Each boulder, my boat will hit and I'll collapse. I don't know swimming. I do painting, but I don't know sculpture. I do sing Hindustani, but I don't know Carnatic. You understand how Rajoguna pushes into activity, but none of the activities being permanent, the result also will not be permanent, and you are always left with not able to do the other things. Everything's always there's a emptiness is in us. So to the third thing, tamoguna. In the tamoguna, you indulge in the things. So you enjoy ice cream, but you have not enjoyed all companies of ice creams of the entire country. हमारे देश में हजारों हजारों कंपनियां, each one cleared so many things, but still that desire is not fulfilled. The tamoguna say when you indulge in that thing. Any you watch TV, but all channels you can't see at one go. All cinemas you can't see. हजार जन्म चाहिए आपको आजकल के जो टीवी में बाकी साइट्स में whatever you call them the apps में से आपको सब कुछ देखना है तो people are going on creating hundreds of things they are uploading like I'm doing my Geetha class and uploading it. But where is the time? Like me, thousands of Mahatmas are doing it. But these all being the knowledge aspects, they may be little better. Choice is left to you whether you consider it as better or not. Okay. So to Nidra, Tamoguna, you can't sleep all the time. Your desires inside you push you. Your duties outside make you pull. Your own people at home throw water on you. Get up, Bewkuf, go and do that work, Gada. So you understand? These three gunas make us do those respective things. But none of these things are permanent nor endless. Therefore, we are in that misery continuously. That is why Maya, with Maya, three gunas, the expression of these three gunas bind us. That's the meaning of binding. So somebody is lost in eating and sleeping, somebody is lost in doing this or that, somebody is lost in doing this or that. This is called as caught up in Trigunatmika Maya. How many people talk like मोह माया में फंस गए. Nobody knows what's the meaning. Only when you study Gita, it is very clearly told. So Maya, I told you that which when you inquire it is not there, but it shows its effects. But how to understand Maya at our level is it is Trigunatmika. What are the three gunas? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. How they become bondage? Because the Sattva makes us know, Rajo makes us do, Tamo makes us enjoy and sleep, indulge and sleep. Why they are bondages? Because they create more and more desires and they never end. Other bondage of it is what? They never allow us to know the do Vajagovindam and know the Lord. That is a bondage. Why that is bondage? Because only in knowing the God, only one without the Lord, when you experience, there is nothing other than you to desire for, to work for, to indulge in. I am the blissful self. These are all subtle things. I know I'm only throwing bouncers and wide balls at you, which you can't face. Never mind. Slowly, slowly, when you grow in your life, you will get maturity to catch. Okay. Now the other thing is what? Gunamayi to bol diya. Two more words are there. Daivi. Daivi means what? It is always divine. Respect it. Don't always think about Maya as a negative. Why? Because the Maya ka Rajoguna. If that is not there, you can never act only. If the Maya ka Tamoguna Nidra, if it is not there, you will be always tired and etc. Therefore, for Vyavahara, for the sadhana, even the Tamo Rajo Satoguna are required. For that only Bhagavan gave. Therefore, it is Daivi. But when will it is becoming devilish? When you are using it for wrong purposes. Means sufficient sleep if you sleep, that Tamoguna is Daivi. Excess sleep you are sleeping, because of which your goal you are not achieving, it becomes devilish Maya. So to action is daivi, because unless you act nobly with your righteousness, you will not succeed in life. But the ability to act, which is the expression of Rajoguna, when it is misused for doing wrong actions, then we have made that Rajoguna as a Rakshasi. We make it. Like the knife is there, it has got the ability to cut. But if you use that ability to cut vegetables, you are using it rightly. But same you use to cut the throat of others, it becomes crime. Is it not? Talking is an ability. The talking, if you use ability to talk lovingly, kindly, it makes others happy, you fulfilled. But because you can talk, but you talk rough and tough and with anger and insulting, then that is misusing. You understand how Maya is Daivi, but we only make it negative. Like your friends. Lord gave friends to you, it is Daivi. उनके साथ मिलके अपने सुख दुख शेयर करते हुए अपने लाइफ करियर के बारे में बात करो एंड टुगेदर यू मेक सम प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड अचीव आर देयर नॉट पीपल डूइंग लाइक दैट दे आर डूइंग दैवी बट द सेम फ्रेंड यू आर स्टूपिड ही इज डबल स्टूपिड बोथ ऑफ देम गधा गोचू बुद्धू गो एंड डू ऑल नॉनसेंस दैट फ्रेंडशिप हैज बिकम डेविलिश एक दूसरे को बिगाड़ के सत्यानाश किया like money is a daivi maya if you use it for noble causes, some philanthropic works, for the charity, for your own survival. But same money, if you misuse that money, power has become rakshasi. Everything is power in this world. Power by say by itself is neutral. It can be used for positive, used for negative. Bhagwan's Maya Shakti is Daivi Maya actually. Use it positively. Negatively using is destruction. You have a two-wheeler. It's a Daivi Shakti. In that two-wheeler, you go to college, you do some work of home, some other things, you can go to office. But same गाड़ी चढ़कर ऐसे भागे कि एक्सीडेंट हो गया या इस जगह पे गए वहां अपने आप को खराब किया सो यू मिसयूज दैट पावर कॉल्ड एज व्हीकल माया सो दैवी माया को हम ही नेगेटिव बनाते हैं माया इज ऑलवेज दैवी पावर इज ऑलवेज डिवाइन electrical power how many equipments you can glow and you are enjoying but ungli lagao plug mein on karo you are making it devil electricity by itself is a neither good or bad it is a power but it can be used positively it can be used negatively so bhagwan ke ye trigunaatmika shakti like knowing with that ability of knowing you know how to be a terrorist you can know how to be a gunda you can know how to be a criminal and become you also can know how to be a noble person, how to be a duty oriented person, how to be a patriotic person. Your ability to know can be used for this also. How to be a spiritual person. Is it not? So to the doings. So to the other things. You can involve in good things also. You can enjoy, you know, some positive things. Good food you can have, not the negative. Sleep also you can have. Minimum sufficient for rejuvenating yourself again to do your noble works. Any power used for wrong thing is becomes devilish, and that is not in the power, it is in us. That is how this Maya is Daivi. So Maya I explained, Gunamaya I explained, Daivi I explained. Fourth one we have to talk today. That is enough. How this Maya becomes problematic. Little I touched you today. More I will tell tomorrow. Then how to cross as Bhagwan's instructions here. Mamevaya prapadyante. I may need one day, possible, if not 2 days. The fourth thing today we have to see is Mama. Mama means what? ये भगवान की शक्ति है उनके हाथ में है हमारा नहीं है वो so he has given us for right purpose to do duty and reach him. Instead of that, not doing the duty and not reaching him, there is a misuse of his power, then Bhagavan will take away that or he will punish us. Like government gave me the power that I am a minister. Whose power is that? Government का power है. Total India का, the public का power है. Mama Maya. But if I misuse it, the power will be taken away. If I rightly use it, I will be growing. In the same way, this is divine power, Mama Maya, Paramatma ka hai. Therefore, don't blame it, don't hate it. It is divine also. Don't look down upon it. Respect and revere it. But when it is negatively used, it becomes a problem. How to positively use it and how to transcend it to know the God, that will be our subject to discuss, which tomorrow we'll meet. So these topics last few days, and today and tomorrow, a big challenge to you youngsters below the age of 20. I know they can't catch it, but above 20 to 29, 28, you are wise, you are already in the world, you are doing so many things, you have got little maturity. I believe, imagine that you have capacity to understand these things. If not, सुनकर छोड़ो, जब होना है समझ में तब आएगा. But so far, be regular in listening, catch whatever you can catch or feel required, live a good noble life as guided by Geeta, as guided by Geeta. Succeed outside, be peaceful, happy at home, make others happy, you to be happy. That is a minimum common thing as a human being we have to do. Thank you. दैवी ह्येषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते. भज गोविन्दम्. अग्रे वह्निः पृष्ठे भानुः रात्रौ चुबुकसमर्पितजानुः करतलभिक्षः तरुतलवासः तदपि न मुञ्चति आशापाशः. भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते संप्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नहि नहि रक्षति डोक्रों करणे. The common sense thought today was कि कोई बात नहीं, जो होगा बाद में देखा जाएगा, पर फिलहाल तो ये बेवकूफ़ी करेंगे. This is the mischief of the mind. We have to conquer it by the intellect, saying no, 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 I don't want to have wrong consequences. Therefore, I should not do the wrong now. I know what is right. Let me do only that now. In this way, mind's mischiefs conquered by intellects, the intelligences. That is a common sense. Nowadays, we are studying. Thank you, friends. Love you all. God bless you. See you. ओम दुर्जन सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जन शांतिमाप्नुयात् शांतो मुच्येत बंधेभ्यः मुक्तश्चान्यान् विमोचयेत. ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा मृतं गमय. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परमऋषिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. गीतामात्रे नमः. वेदव्यास सद्गुरवे नमः. श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री भारतमात्रे नमः. Salutations to all our loving youngsters also.